Hey everyone, this is going to be a video lesson about pump and dumps. Pump and dumps, it's very important to learn what they are because it is the reason that many new traders lose their portfolios and are out of trading within a couple weeks or a couple months. Before I get started though, I just want to remind everyone I'm actually going to be limiting the amount of people that I allow into the chat room, and that number is getting closer and closer to being met. So if you want to come join us, head over to the website and fill out this form. We'll get you in for a free 2-week trial. Also, this is my Twitter over here, KAF, at KAF Investing. Feel free to come over, give me a follow. I update on a lot of our trades and some awesome stuff that's happening in the chat room there. So let's talk about these pump and dumps. So first of all, what is a pump and dump? Well, let's start using this chart to help explain that. A pump and dump, the pump implies that there's a serious pump in price action, and it's also called a pump and dump because oftentimes there will be chat rooms or what used to be called boiler rooms. I don't know if you've seen The Big Short or anything like that, but you could Google what a boiler room is and stocks and get a good understanding of what that is. People will intentionally pump this stock up for whatever reason. Sometimes people will have these boiler rooms, or whoever it may be, will have a position in the stock, say here at 80 cents, and or maybe the owner of a messed up chat room will have a position at 80 cents, and they want to try and pump this stock up so they can sell higher. They will pump this stock up, start saying, "Oh, this is such a great stock, has such great potential," etc., etc. The stock pumps up. Now, I don't have all the background details on OHDI. I haven't read their financials and all that. There's potentially some good fundamental things with this company here, but just using this as an example. So the stock gets pumped up significantly all the way from 80 cents up to 160. That's a 100% increase off of what? You might say, did they release news? Well, let's go see if they released news here. No real press release since September 11th. Okay, so that's another sign this is a pump and dump, that there's no news associated with it. So we have the huge pump up 100% to 160. People would really just started chasing this thing, just had FOMO, fear of missing out, and wanted to get in this thing up here to 160. And then we have our dump. This is where people start taking their profits, realizing there's no fundamental anything to this move. They'll start taking their profits. And you have people who bought up here in this area who are now down 30%, 40%, 50% on their position because they chased a pump and dump. Okay, so this is just a great example of a pump and dump. No news, huge pump. I don't play these. Now there's potentially a technical play on this. If we were to look at the long-term chart of 180 days or so, you could argue that there's a technical play over this level of resistance of 140. Over 140 for quick profits to 150, that would probably be a safe play because you have this technical play over long-term resistance. But there really was nothing in these levels that maybe over 90 for a quick play. But other than that, there was really nothing in the chart that's begging for a 100% move off of technicals. So anyways, definite pump and dump here. Another one I want to talk about. This is a little bit different of a pump and dump. YECO. This stock was at 10 cents, 15 cents 5 days ago. 15 cents hit 180, and the reason it did, let's check out the news on this. The reason that this made that move is because, let's see. First of all, it's a Chinese company, and there's a lot of Chinese companies on the NASDAQ that can be somewhat sketchy, that you have to watch out for. They don't have great reputations. So they appealed their delisting decision, and I believe NASDAQ gave them a little bit more time to be on the market. But you have to realize this is a company that's in fear of being completely delisted off the market. That's how bad of a company it is. And so this move, it's still a pump and dump in my opinion, but it's also a bit of a shock factor play because this thing was delisted, and then they find out it's not delisted, and it spikes to 180. You also have to take a look at how low a volume this thing trades. For example, this is Tuesday's volume, and this was one of its bigger volume days, and it couldn't have traded more than maybe 100, 150,000 shares on this whole day. So that's another thing, is when you then all of a sudden you pour in all this volume on this pump, and that's what gives you this big, huge run up. The other thing about this that I want to point out is, let's go check out trading halts. Look how many times this was halted today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times this thing got halted. There's just no safe way to play this at all. Because the second you get in, if you want to try and play this, the second you get in, you could get stuck in a halt. You know, like this person, someone bought in here, halt, look at this crash from 140 to 90 cents in 2 minutes, about in 10 minutes. It's just not safe to try and play these. You know, look at these huge gaps. There's gaps all over the place. Volume is just extremely erratic and all over the place. There's no safe way to play these. And so you might look at this and say, oh man, I could have bought at 15 cents and sold at 180 this morning. That is no way to look at this. This is not a safe play. There's nothing A+ about this. This is a pump and dump. This stock will be back under $1 by the end of the week. So don't feel like you're missing out when you see plays like these. These are pump and dumps, and it's important for you to realize them so that you can avoid them. Don't chase, don't have FOMO chasing these types of plays. So just a little breakdown on pump and dumps, what they are, and how you can spot them.